Hi, and welcome to Math 11. I hope you guys had a good break, and this is our orientation video. Um, if you are a curious person and like to just explore on your own, you could probably find a lot of this information just by exploring, but I'm going to take through a few things that hopefully will be helpful. And if you want to put me on double speed just to kind of zoom through it, that's fine too. You can use these videos as needed. This is the home page. It should come up if you install the app on your phone or tablet, or if you just log into Canvas and log into your Math 11 course. I'm going to go ahead and download our syllabus, and when I open that up, you can see my email, my phone number, how to get a hold of me, and my office hours. I do have online office hours on Tuesday, but Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I am available for much of the day. So if you need to make an appointment, please feel free to get a hold of me anytime if you're not available on Tuesday at 10 o'clock or are not available to come to my office. We can do a Zoom meeting as needed. So what you'll need for this class, you'll need a graphing calculator with statistical functions. However, since this is an online class, I'm not requiring you that you actually go out and buy the physical TI-84 or TI-84 Plus. You may use an app for your phone, which is sometimes free, if not $5 or $6, and that can save you over $100 for the class. That's actually all you need to buy, because otherwise you need computer, access to the internet, which is available on campus if you don't have that, but you should have consistent access. You should have access to Excel and Word, which all Fresno City students have through your email. That's Office 365. You need also the ability to scan, take a picture of, or electronically write on and save files in order to upload documents for assignments. So that may just be, you could do a handwritten assignment and take a picture of it on your phone, upload it to Canvas, that's fine. Or you may use some sort of writing software on your tablet. So anywhere in between is fine. You definitely need patience and determinations for this class, and I hope that it piques your curiosity. I'm going to let you read the course description, objectives, student learning outcomes. Again, all assignments are available on Canvas, which I'll go over in a minute. And I just want to briefly go through how the grading works. You have actually 102 points, 102% if you want to think of it that way, available in this class. So I guess you do have extra credit, but it's just built into the class. So you have a little bit of leeway if you want to think of it that way. 22% of the class are the homework quizzes, 15% discussion and stat tasks, 15% project. The project has changed from my prior semester, so we'll look at that together a little bit. You have 2 midterm exams, and then you have 1 replacement exam. If you don't like your grades on the first 2 midterm exams, you'll have 1 chance to replace one of your scores, and then you have the final exam. If you need accommodations for a disability, please let me know ASAP. Also, we have lots of tutoring available. We have on-campus tutoring. We have NetTutor 24/7 available on Canvas, and we also will have a supplemental instructor that's assigned to my class, and I'll give you more information on that as soon as possible. So pay attention to the drop dates, holidays, and the final exam will be due on Wednesday, May 22nd at midnight, and it is online. You will need identification, just a photo identification, the Chrome browser, and you will also need a webcam for that. So I'm going to open up Math 11 in Canvas and just briefly go through some of the things that we talked about, which are the homework quizzes are called homework quizzes, and each homework quiz, you can identify a quiz with a little rocket, and also says homework quiz right next to it. So in the assignments, they're all by separate groups. So we have homework quizzes, we have discussion and stat tasks. We'll open some of those. We have assignments for the project. midterm exams, final exam, and then something else called content. Content actually has due dates but is not worth any points. You can think of this as sort of your lecture. I wanted to show what you needed to read, so I'll go ahead and open one of these up. I'll show you the keywords that you needed to take notes on, what you needed to read. You do not need to submit your notes for this. This is just for your learning experience. All right, so I'm going to go back to the home page, and now that we can recognize some of the different groups, I want to show you there's different areas that you can actually get to the course content. One is basically the home page. You can see here we have week 1. I have Tuesday, January 15th, the content key terms. You need to read that. Complete an anonymous survey. We use some of the data for this anonymous survey during the class. And then more content. And then you have a first homework quiz, which is actually the first worth points, is due on Thursday, January 17th. So if I go ahead and open up the homework quiz, this looks slightly different than yours, just in the instructor view, but I'll preview the homework quiz so you can see, you'll be able to see some of the questions on the homework quiz. A lot of these are multiple choice, some of them are drop down, some of them are open answer. You will go ahead and submit a quiz. You have 3 chances to submit the quiz, and your highest grade will be recorded. If you submit this past, what did I say it was due? I think January 17th, then you will get 50% reduction on your quiz score. In fact, all of your scores, if you turn it in late, you have a 50% reduction in the score. All right. So there was an example of a homework quiz. Of course, you would go through, answer the questions, and submit it, and your score would be available in the grades. Then you have a content. Throughout the semester, we will be working on a project. And the first part of the project is really, well, it's a little bit of an introduction on the discussion board, and then just reading something about the case that we'll be using for our project. So what was the outcome of the case, and why it's, what are some of the what's information that you need to know from the case. So there's part of the project there. Here I'm going to click on project data, and then we have more description of here's 14 points for your project, and you'll have to actually turn this in. Let me go ahead and hit preview. You have data provided, and then it says, does the data represent a sample or population? Explain your answer. Would this be considered an observational or experimental project? Explain your choice, etc. So here we have open answer questions and drop-down questions. And that's part of the project. So it looks very similar to the quizzes. However, again, there's a theme going along with the project, and it should be practicing what you're learning along with your videos and your homework. Let's see, so we went over homework quizzes, projects, and then once in a while you'll see a stat task. So if I open on the stat task, here we have a PDF, and I'll go ahead and hit a preview of that. And you are required to you could print this out. Again, this is where you'll need sort of the way to handwrite. It's possible to do this on Word or Excel or on a computer, and you're welcome to do that and type it in. Personally, I like to write, and so you could print this out, write on it, and then turn that in as a photograph of your answers, or a scan of your answers as a PDF or JPEG. All right, and by the way, I believe that it does not accept raw photos, so you have to save it as a PNG or a JPEG if you're using photos. I will give you I'll give you a grade for it, but notice that each stat task is only worth 1 point. The idea is that I want everybody to have some open-ended questions to be able to do a little bit of practice, but it's kind of a completed or incomplete assignment. I want you to work on this, and if you are an A student, you'll complete every question and maybe even get a little bit of tutoring if you need help on the questions, or ask me for help and I'd be happy to help you. but this is not something that I'm going to go through with a red pen and correct every question. I'm going to give you credit or no credit on your discussion and stat tasks. Other than content, homework quizzes, the project, and stat tasks, there's basically just sometimes you'll have, just looking for, a midterm. The midterm is not up yet. I mean, you can click on this and it's not actually a link to the midterm, but when it's up, I will definitely send you all a message and you'll be able to work on that. So let me show you a few other things that you might not be aware of. And that is, if you click on the course information, there's a lot of information here, links to other information. So we have a link to the syllabus, we have a link to tutoring hours, we have a link to technology support. I'll go ahead and click on that for a moment. If you need help with Canvas, WebAdvisor, email, here's a TI-84 manual. We're going to be using an analysis tool pack for Excel. And Proctorio is what we use for our exams. So there's some technology support there. You might want to jot down those numbers. You can email me. This is just my contact information. College resources and student support. Again, in one area, our counseling and admissions and records, student health, etc. You have links to those pages. Here's a link to our student learning outcomes, what you're expected to learn in the semester. And then I want to show you the last two are notes, which actually, they're going to be very large downloads, so I apologize for that. But once you've downloaded it once, you don't have to download it again. And these would be notes, empty notes for the entire semester. So these are the ones we'll be filling out during my class, and I will post completed notes for you as weekly. You also are able to download the stat tasks as just a packet. So if you would like to just open those up and print those, you don't have, these are the ones I just actually opened up, the descriptive statistics stat task. However, you can print the ones for all of them for the entire semester, and that would be something that I would like to do, but that's up to you. You don't have to print them for the entire semester if you just want to organize your binders. Also, there's exam practice, and right now it's set up for my face-to-face class, which I have 4 tests. You guys have 2 tests, so I will be rewriting these, combining them, so there will be 2 tests, and I just want to make sure that I get the correct information. But right now it's available, and you have test review just until I combine those. All right, so what else do we have on the home page besides course information? Here's a direct link to the notes, and then also a link to the textbook. The textbook is free for this class. Everything is free except you do need the TI-84 calculator, but like I said, you can use an app on your phone. So here is a link to the Collaborative Statistics textbook. Again, it's called, this is Open Educational Resources, and so somebody took their time to write a statistics textbook for us, and we're going to be using it. It's not the best textbook that I've ever seen, but it's also not the worst, and plenty of people charge $120 or more to get the same quality textbook. So I apologize if there's something that you don't like, or if you find any errors in both the collaborative textbook or on my website. Please let me know. I guarantee there will be errors, but I really try my hardest so there won't be. There's other resources here, another free textbook for statistics, Khan Academy online statistics course I recommend, and then we have some online calculators which actually do a lot of the same kind of calculations that you can do on your TI-84 calculator. We'll use the formulas in these tables as we go along the semester, but they'll be there up at the top just for you to download whenever you need to. And the exam review is also something. It's in course information, but it's available through a link here. So obviously your grades will be available in the grades link. I encourage you to click around and see what Office 365 has to offer. We have net tutoring 24/7, so available on Thanksgiving or on whatever day January 1st at midnight. You actually have availability to find tutoring. You can meet with a live tutor, drop off a question, or watch videos from previous sessions. So I encourage you to use NetTutor, and let me know if you have any problems with that. Again, you can use our Fresno City College tutoring is free, and feel free to ask me questions. So I hope you have an exciting, wonderful semester, and as an online student myself, I would say get to work, even if you can get ahead. If you feel like 1 week is easy, that means the next week might be hard. So try and get ahead and make a good plan. I like to use the calendar view to see what's coming up, and so I encourage you to use the calendar view, also the inbox. Have a great day.